2015 saw another fantastic Standing Together Against Racism mass choir with schools from across Preston being involved. We had young people from Ashton Community Science College, Moor Park High School, Broughton High School, Corpus Christi and Our Ladies. The choir done fantastic and the youth council speeches were amazing again and clearly emphasised the message that racism won't be tolerated by young people in Preston.
We're here today at the Charter Theatre in order to celebrate the second event in a series called Standing Together Against Racism. This is part of the United Nations Day for the Elimination of Racism, which is on the 21st of March each year. And what we wanted to do in Preston was to offer young people some opportunity to learn about racism and its effects, and to also create an atmosphere in which young people were feeling safe in the Preston area because racism is challenged.
Just very briefly I will speak. I'm delighted this is taking place today. The young people have led the way in the schools through the youth conference and within the schools themselves. This event follows, and it took its inspiration from an event in London called the Rise Festival. And what they found in London was that when people got together and celebrated culture, diversity, music, actually found that the levels of racial crime, the levels of incidences of racial discrimination actually went down. So thanks for today, thanks for all the support for the event. Thank you very much.
I have to do some formal welcomes. The Chairman, wave to me Mr Chairman, there he is, and the Mayor of Preston. There we are, and all the county councillors and city councillors who joined us today. But most importantly, welcome to all the school children. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm sure you all are. At which point I'm going to go and take my seat. Thank you everybody for coming. Over to the choir.
We've chosen to bring together schools from around the Preston area, 5 in all this year, because the notion of one voice and choirs singing with one voice is a more powerful thing than a single voice. So we're hoping that will enable young people to get what we're saying about standing together against racism.
I'd like you to imagine a terrorist. Do they have a particular race or religion? For many people, the answer to this question will, alas, be yes, particularly with the presence of extremism in the world being constantly thrown in our faces by the media. These negative associations unfortunately encourage some people to be prejudiced or discriminatory against others based on what they look like or on false misconceptions of their religions. Hopefully, we all see why this is wrong, but just in case, I'd like to draw your attention to some other examples. Let us think back to the 2011 riots. The group seen as responsible then? The youth. For those of us who know such youth, let me say that there are very few of us who would participate in such an activity. Furthermore, it was not only a small minority of young people who did take part, but also some mature adults and other people, and not just a small group. Just as it is thus unfair to judge all youths as the same, it is also unfair to judge all Muslims or people of any group, be it one of religion, race, ethnicity, education, social class, music, fashion or sexual preference, responsible for anything done or said by another member of the same group.
Wishes to highlight the dangers that girls in particular living in poverty can face. That young girls are not part of just one issue, they are key to every sustainable solution. The Girl Declaration focuses on 5 different goals: education, health, safety, economic security and citizenship. The Girl Effect has the intention of pursuing the Girl Declaration. This declaration states that girls were not put on this earth to be invisible or be denied. Our lives do not belong to anyone but ourselves, and we were given a voice that we use to shout our name and not remain anonymous, insignificant or unworthy. We are the world and we have the power to change it.
It's time for another speaker now. His name is C's Member. He's a professional boxer and Preston's first ever Asian professional sportsman. Can we all give him a round of applause?
Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not promised. The moment in life is now. To make a difference, everybody, don't wait till later. If you see somebody doing something you don't like, tell them. So you have to be strong enough to stand up and say, no, it's not right. Hence, that takes us to racism. That takes us to discrimination. If we believe something is not right, say, no, it's not right, that. Be strong, because you've got the power. The chance to do something, the time to do something is now. Don't wait for tomorrow. We all have a responsibility, and we all have the power of voice, that one person can make a difference. One thing I wanted the kids to take away is, listen, you can be anything you want in life. When I was younger, people said to me I'd never be a professional athlete. They said to me I was a waste of time. They said to me I won't be good enough. Do you know why I did it? Because I believed I could do it. So if you have a dream to do something, don't wait for it. Do it now, because today will never come again. This opportunity today to do something will never come again. And always remember the power of the voice, because you can all make a difference. Thank you.
H.G. Wells once said, "Our true nationality is mankind," and we must really think about his words today. Borders separate us from our neighbours, and disputes over what is perhaps in certain borders are fueling contempt. Suddenly, we're made to feel that we must work against former partners. We feel different to them, and they feel different to us. We forget common traits and characteristics, and we focus on the differences. We fight a futile battle to determine who is superior, until eventually we forget the fact that we share one world and that we are all human beings. No matter where you live, or how wealthy you are, the colour of your skin, what you worship, what gender you are a human being. We all are. To tackle intolerance, we must ensure that we have an education system that values the teaching of different cultures and religions, to dispel misconceptions and stereotypes. We need to ensure that mistakes of the past are remembered so that they may never happen again, and to encourage our youngest generations to stand up and to fight racism and discrimination wherever it may be found, and to teach the misled and the misinformed. If this happens, we will begin to eradicate hate and discrimination. Racism will be just another mistake of the past. If a generation are taught to accept and embrace their neighbours and all ways of life that are around them, while still remembering their own, they will grow to teach the next generation of the dangers of segregating sets of people from others.
Your Worship, your Mayor, Chairman of Lancashire County Council's Civic Dignitaries, distinguished guests, members of the youth councils, and boys and girls from schools in Preston. I hope you have listened to the strong and excellent messages and commitments from our youths today. Last year was the first time we organized such event, and this is the repeat of the last year, but I can confidently say that it has laid another cornerstone as a benchmark for the coming years to come. On behalf of Preston, Western Lancashire Racial Equality Councils, and member of the working group, and all other supportive organizations, I would like to thank all of your support and attendance today. Finally, can I say thank you once again to all of you for your attendance, and continue to look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you very much.
Fantastic occasion today. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be part of something from the city of Preston. Being a Preston lad, born and bred, and it's great to see loads of young kids here spreading the message of stop racism, stop discrimination of any sort. And the most important thing for me was the message was that everybody has a voice, no matter how young you are, how old you are, or what you do. It's having a voice to say, no, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be like this, and I'm going to support people. I'm going to respect people, and that's what it's about. It's just having a voice to be able to say that and be strong enough and big enough to be the person to say enough's enough, and I'm going to respect everybody. And we are one people and one person, and nobody's better than the next person. And that's the good thing. And the event today has been fantastic, and it's a privilege to be a part of it. Fantastic, big up to the organisers, fantastic big up to Preston Council, and fantastic big up to all the children from all the schools of the city of Preston. And like I say from myself, thank you for inviting me, and I hope we can do it again very soon. Good luck and one love.